Sometimes it's just one of those days, you know? Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. Today we are going to be looking at an area of your life that something is finally going right. I had the idea for this reading this morning when I woke up and I had all these plans laid for the day. I had scheduled appointments and nature just kind of got in the way, and I was frustrated. I'm like, why does this keep happening? Why do I keep kind of hitting up against roadblocks? When am I going to get a breakthrough? When is there finally going to be something that just flows properly? And what am I doing wrong? We all have those days. So I wanted to get some information for you guys if you're feeling like that too. So we've got three options as usual. Group 1 is the finish line. Group 2 is the level up. And group 3 is the good job star. If you feel called to more than one or maybe all of them, that's totally fine. You can watch as many or as few as you want. Take the messages that feel like they are for you. And as usual, leave the rest. The timestamps are in the description box, or there's chapter notes where you can select the reading that you'd want. All right, so we'll see you there. All right, hi group number 1. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the finish line, so I feel like it's like you're finally getting to the end of the road. It's like you've been fighting for something for so long, and you're within distance right now. You're within distance. So let's get some information. I think I'm going to start with the fairy tarot actually today. So what is going on for group number 1? What do they need to know about this thing that's finally going to go right? What is this? When is it happening? 8 of Summer, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on and choosing to make major life changes. Okay, so this is the 8 of Cups. And since right before I pulled the card over, before I looked at it, I asked, when is this happening? And we got the 8 of Summer. So this might be in August, because summer is August and the 8th month is August. So I feel like there's something about the summertime that's going to be a major sort of finishing point for you. You're going to be completing something you've been working on for a really long time. It feels like a marathon that's the image they're giving me in my head. It's like trying to run a marathon. You've been training for this, and then the final day comes and it's just really hard, and you've been going at it for so long and maybe not seeing any progress, or it's feeling like you're not making any progress, but you are. Oh, look at that. You have another 8 card. Yeah. So this is, I think, confirmation. We're also in an 8 year right now. 2024 is an 8 year. It's a timeless reading, but if you're watching this when it premieres, then yeah, it could be something to do with the number 8 being significant. Now, the 8 also reminds me of power and strength to continue to persist. It can be about karmic cycles as well. So I'm seeing all of those things here. And I think that especially since you guys chose the finish line and you have the 8 of Spring, which is the 8 of Wands, this can also indicate fast movement. So in a race, you have to move quickly, but you also have to pace yourself, and you also have to know when to push harder and when to walk away or slow down or take a break. So the 8 of Spring here says stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. The sudden events and changes may be related to something that happens in August. I heard spring and summer. Okay, because it's literally the 8 of Spring. Spring and summer. I didn't even notice that. I just heard spring in my head. I heard April and August. So those 2 months could be significant here in terms of this finish line or this race that you're doing, getting to the end of it. The Empress, time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. So I do feel like this finish line or this race that you've been running or this effort that you've been putting in is probably towards something that you've been trying to create. 10 of Winter, the resolution of difficulty is good because that's what we're asking about. A weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or a codependency. Is this the marathon you've been running, group number 1? Have you been fighting to break free from some kind of dependency, some kind of addiction, coping mechanism? Have you been trying to fight through depression? I just got that message as well. I don't know if that's for everyone. Or trying to get over a breakup. I also just got that message as well. Waiting for better days. It's like you've been in the dark, or you've been in the winter of your life, and now, or a season, I should say, not of your life, but a season of winter. And these cards are really talking about spring and summer. And I'm translating that literally as well, like April, August, those months did come up, but I'm feeling it energetically as well. Two of summer, falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. Okay, so yeah, I did have that message coming through, a breakup. So this could have to do with relationships. And maybe you've been trying and not seeing any progress, but it's like there's some kind of a resolution, because both of these cards are talking about that. The resolution of difficulties, forgiveness, and the resolution of a problem. Okay, so this is good, because this is literally what we're asking about in this reading. Like, what's finally going to go your way? Well, it looks like you're going to be resolving an issue that was weighing on you, and it may have had to do with codependency or addiction to particular relationships in love. And I think that you're coming into your own sovereignty, your own independence, your ability to take care of yourself and to understand your worth. I got that message really strongly just now. It's like you're able to take care of yourself and know your worth and not settle for less. That's really what I'm feeling. And I think that's when the winter really thaws out, either metaphorically or literally, and you're able to move into new cycle, a new stage. It's like you're crossing that finish line and you've achieved something pretty big here. And then they're showing me at the end of the finish line, there's a crossroads. So you're going to have an option, or two options, I should say, at the end of this finish line of whatever you've been working to get over, or what you've been working toward, or what you've been trying to juggle. Maybe you're dealing with a lot of different things and you've been trying to go fast, but you've kind of like been forced by the universe to slow down, you know? And it's like you've been trying to take action, but the universe keeps saying, calm down, chill out, go inward. And you're like, no, but I need these things, or I need this person, or I need this relationship to work, or why aren't any of my relationships working, or why don't I have the money I need, or why isn't my job moving forward? Like, any of these things are things that I'm seeing on the table. But it's like, because you were in a chrysalis, they just showed me the butterfly, the little blue butterfly in the card there. And it's like you were in the chrysalis. This winter stage was for a reason. You needed to kind of break yourself down and turn into that goo in the chrysalis, go through that metamorphosis process so that you could come out of this a healed individual, a person who knows their value and worth and who is able to create that in the real world. Okay, so let's get some Tarot of the Divine for group number 1. Crossing this finish line. Can we get more information, please? 3 of Wands. Up-leveling. I mean, this is literally the finally something is working out for you reading, and you've got this person climbing the ladder. So it feels like you're going to be moving towards what it is that you desire. And I think that, like I said, this has been a long, hard go, but you're either realizing what didn't work and letting go of that and moving up in life and creating major changes for yourself, or you are successfully managing something that you didn't quite have it right, but like you've learned through trial and error how to resolve these difficulties or how to resolve this issue, and then you're able to move forward. The Star card. There's a lot here to do with healing. I'm also feeling purpose. So purpose can have to do with your work, but it can also have to do with your relationships and love. And I think that for you, group number 1, those two things may even be tied together somehow. I'm not sure how, but they told me that, and then they just had me look down at her braided hair. And it's kind of like two different things braided together, blended together to create something else. So I think relationships and work, or love and work, may be sort of intertwined in some way here. And you've kind of had to like find this direction that you were going. 10 of Coins. I mean, look at that. The 10 of Coins falling underneath the Empress, you guys. This is a good sign that something is going to be going your way. It really, really is. It's like you were in this dormant stage for such a long time, but once you break through the surface, the bamboo in the background of this card always reminds me of like delayed growth, something being in the winter stage for a long time or underneath the surface. But once it breaks ground, it moves extremely quickly, which is that 8 of Wands energy, and you're able to see progressive growth that resolves a lot of your issues. I'm seeing you doing something creatively or financially that is very successful, but it does feel like it's braided together somehow with what you're learning or what you're doing in regard to your relationships. And I think part of this is you being able to resolve some of these internal issues around self-worth, because that's kind of what I'm seeing here is like your self-worth is tied to both your relationships and your money. So that's how those are braided together, right? Okay, sometimes when I'm channeling, I'll speak things and then I'll have to like process what I said because it just comes out of my mouth, you know? Okay, you have the King of Coins. Yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about the dollar bills, y'all. And the Emperor. Capricorn, Aries, Aquarius. Those could be Taurus as well, could be important here, those signs or people with those signs. But I'm feeling like the Emperor here is the person. This may be the divine masculine energy within yourself or within this other person. And you also have the divine feminine. Look, Empress and Emperor, counterparts, I just noticed as well. Yeah, so this is definitely about like balanced relationships, and having those balanced relationships is very much hinging on your ability to fulfill yourself, to really feel secure and to feel that sense of value. But there's something that's happening here that it's like you've been waiting patiently for this for a long time. You didn't see it coming. So I'm going to look, and it's something really, really valuable. Something really valuable is coming and you don't see it. Yeah, it looks financial to me, but it could also be related to an earth sign individual or somebody who has a lot of money or who's in a position of authority, offering you something or seeing something of value in you and wanting to support that or to promote that or to like lock that down. I just heard like somebody wants to date you or to marry you or something. But it's like this whole journey, this whole race for you, group number one, it feels like you've really had to kind of learn what it was you could handle and what it was you couldn't, and what it was that was motivating you and why. And I think that the reason that this is all happening is so that you can really get clear on what you really want. Like not what's going to satisfy you short term, but then actually add to the weight on your shoulders because it's an addiction or codependency, or it's coming from lack, or it's coming from an imbalanced place. Like this is you creating something that's extremely stable. And that's, I think, why it has taken such a long time, or it has felt like it wasn't working. It's because it really needed that time. You needed that time to be able to get to know yourself, to be able to get to know what you want, to be able to discern who it is that's going to work best with you and what it is that you're passionate about and that you value. On the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. So this is like moderation. You had to learn moderation. You had to learn to moderate yourself, discipline yourself, to try different things and see what would work. That doesn't fit, does it? Let's just try putting it like that then. So, I mean, it does take a while to get it right. And I think that's maybe why there was some doubt that it would even happen. Like I'm feeling that energetically, and I just got that message from the Four of Cups as well. It's like it's happening so slowly that you don't even see it happening at all. But it's like all at once something culminates with that Eight of Spring energy and all of the patience and all of the time. It becomes tangible is what they're showing me. You know, like when, okay, I'm just going to use a completely different example. Let's say that you have changed your diet and you started slowly, incrementally phasing out unhealthy foods and phasing in healthy foods. And you didn't do it cold turkey or go on like a hard and fast diet or restrictive anything. It was just like, I'm going to eat a little bit less of this and a little bit more of that. That's very Temperance. And then you didn't see much results, and there was a lot of like internal battles probably, and trying to find a way to deal with the habit of like eating junk, or the habit of just turning to those things for comfort, or like just whatever, right? And having to discipline yourself, I feel like that was really the hardest part. It's like it took so much effort. They're showing me somebody like exhausted climbing this ladder. It's like, oh my God, my hands are all calloused and my legs are sore. And it's like same thing with running that marathon, it's exhausting. But through all the blood, sweat, and tears, you still manage to stick with it, or you still manage to do it, or you still manage to keep going and not give up. And even though through all that time you didn't see results, at the end, within this finish line moment, you're able to actually stop and see the contrast, and it's going to be very stark, is what they just told me. It's going to be a very stark contrast from where you were at before to where you are now, or where you're going to be possibly in the spring or summer. It's like all of the time that went into this, it's almost like all of a sudden it's visible and you can actually see it. So it's kind of like slowly you're losing weight, slowly you're healing, slowly you're building your business, whatever the example is. You don't see results. And then all at once, there's this moment, like this moment where you just look in the mirror and you're like, holy shit, I've lost like 20 pounds. How did I not notice this? Or, oh my God, I'm at like this goal that I had for my work and I didn't even notice it. Or, oh, I'm not accepting the type of relationships that I used to. I'm not attracted to the same type of people. And I really do have a sense of closure and self-worth. So, it's just, it clicks all of a sudden and you realize, oh, I'm at the finish line. Didn't even realize it, didn't even see that coming, but oh, here I am. And it's that's kind of the thing I'm seeing here. It's like it happened so incrementally you didn't notice it. It happens all the time, right? Like we look at ourselves in the mirror every day and we don't see our face changing until all at once we notice these changes. But it's something that happens so incrementally that we just get used to it. We don't notice it. Okay, let's get more. I wanted these cards on the table as well. So, well, Spirit did anyway. Okay, what else does group number 1 need to know? Reconsider. I feel like this has been an opportunity for you to reconsider, because if you got exactly what you wanted, exactly when you wanted it, group number 1, first of all, you wouldn't have learned the lessons about the discipline and the consistency and the sort of like reassessment that you needed to do of yourself and what you wanted. So you would reconsider it by the time it came in. It wouldn't have been as satisfying, It would not have been sustainable, is what Spirit just said. It would not have been sustainable. Oh, it's like the difference between something being feasible and something being viable. Something feasible is it technically can be done, but viable, it means that it can continue to be done. And that's what that 10 of coins is talking about. Yeah. It's like theoretically, you could have all that wealth right now, or you could have all that happiness right now, or you could drop the weight right now, or you could do whatever you want, like get healthier. It doesn't have to be about weight. Nothing wrong with, weighing different amounts. Humans are different, but it's like you could have what you wanted right now. But if you did, and you snapped your fingers and made that happen, you would not feel satisfied with it. And I know as humans, we are just hardwired for instant gratification. Our brains want dopamine and they want it now. I want dopamine and I want it now. But it isn't satisfying when you get it right away. It just isn't as satisfying. It's not something that will stand the test of time. It doesn't last. It's not like a lifetime achievement if it didn't take effort. And I'm seeing that through this blood, sweat, and tears, you've had time to reconsider and to do these like little micro adjustments, which is temperance as well. It's like little micro adjustments that have put you in a position to really feel solid and stable and balanced in what it is that you are creating. And why, like more importantly, why you're creating that. Perfect timing. It's also about the timing, right? Like there's a perfect timing to the universe, and I know this, and Spirit tells me this all the time, and I still get so freaking frustrated when things don't go according to the timing that my ego thought that it would. So if that's the same for you, group number 1, well, guess what? We're human. It's normal. But there's perfect timing to this. There really is. It's written in the stars, is what they just told me. And then they showed me the star card. This is definitely something that is preordained, and it's part of your soul's progression. It's part of your soul's growth. It's part of your purpose. They've repeated that now twice. So this is something that you are learning at soul level to develop within yourself. Managing certain stressors and sudden shifts and changes that have had you, kind of forced you to reconsider your position or your approach or your direction. And as a result, it has allowed you the ability to redirect as needed. And in the perfect timing, this will all make sense. And I'm feeling like Capricorn season could be important. I just got that as well. Capricorns, when is that? Like December, January? So we've got a lot of timing in this reading. Again, this is a timeless reading, so just take it as it resonates. But we've seen April, we've seen August. Yeah, August was a big one. And then December or January. Oh, interesting. We got more timing within the next few weeks. Okay, so there's something of a catalyst happening in the next few weeks that is going to solidify this. That's what they just told me. Solidify. And through this catalyst, whatever it is, can I get information on that, Spirit? No, they said not yet. Okay, but essentially within the next few weeks, there's going to be something that is going to manifest in perfect timing, and it's like you'll be able to see very clearly why this has been going on in the near future. Yeah, they're talking so much about timing in your reading, group number 1. So it's like you might feel pressed for time. Let me look at it that way. You might feel pressed for time because it feels like you're running a race, but you're the only one running it. You're not competing against anyone else. That's the thing. So you can take as long as you want. In fact, they've encouraged you to take a long time because that was what you needed to have these micro adjustments and to reconsider and to like really learn how to keep true on your course. That's what they just showed me, was somebody like finding true north and then constantly readjusting to maintain that course so that the finish line would be where the finish line is meant to be. Because it's like a plane that plots their course. If they are a few degrees off at any point in the journey, especially the further they are away from the destination, if they're a few degrees off, they will end up miles away from their destination. So you really have to constantly be monitoring and keeping things like back on track. And that's why it's taken so much time. But they're showing me that like in the near future, this is happening. Finally, this is like all coming to what it was intended to do. And you are able to finally get to that finish line and feel that sense of gratification. It feels like a major accomplishment. It feels like a personal marker point in your life. Does that make sense? It's like one of those events in your life that you can look back on and say, that was a really big achievement for me and I'm proud of myself. And like 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line, you're going to look back and still really admire and be proud of yourself for that moment because you didn't do it the easy way. You didn't do the instant gratification route. You didn't take the road more traveled, You kind of had to do it a little bit grindy, but you did it. And in the near future, there's something that's going to happen here. I think the near future that they're talking about is the spring, because that's like at the time I'm filming this, that's coming up within the next couple months. And then something in the next few weeks. They still told me I can't get information on that, but okay. Anyway, at the bottom of the deck we have forgiveness, and I was noticing that the Two of Summer talks about forgiveness as well. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. So I think forgiving yourself or forgiving spirit, or maybe even forgiving a partner. Because there's definitely something here to do with relationships that's important. And forgiveness is going to help you to heal. We also have helpful people. Yeah, so it's going to help you to heal something. It's going to help you to move on, because that's 8 of Cups energy, 8 of Spring. So there's like this energy of being able to finally release and let go. And I think that's what allows this weight to be lifted off your shoulders, or off your chest, quite literally, because it's like being lifted off of your heart chakra. Oh, they said now I can ask about this within the next few weeks. Okay, Spirit, what is within the next few weeks? Okay, they said they will find out shortly what they've been building towards, but they also told me to pull cards. Knight of Swords. So there could be some kind of communication that comes in about this within the next few weeks, and you'll find out. Oh, I did just hear the word opportunity. Okay, so within the next few weeks, there could be an opportunity. And it could come in the form of communication. It could be a message, an email, a letter, a DM, you know, anything really in this day and age. But it could even just be somebody saying something to you, or like sharing something, some news with you, or an idea. They are telling me that it's related to business, or to work, or to career. Something about, it's like it's like an opportunity that somebody's offering you, or an idea that they're giving you that really helps you. It's almost like it helps you see the finish line. Okay. Oh, you have the Magician as well. Yeah, there's something in the next few weeks, group number 1. It's going to be very magical. Queen of Swords as well. Like communication. This is going to be some kind of, it's like, it might be an idea. It might be somebody giving you an idea, or somebody communicating something to you. In the Magician card here, we've got the Fairy Godmother. So it could be like, you feel like, okay, what they're showing me is the all is lost moment. Okay, you know, in movies, I always used to watch movies with my mom, and she'd always call it out. She'd be like, oh, this is the all is lost moment, where everything is going wrong, and the main characters like hit rock bottom, and all their friends hate them, and they've lost everything. That's the all is lost moment. But guess what comes almost immediately after the all is lost moment? The redemption, and the forgiveness, and the major level up that gets them to the happily ever after at the end of the story. The all is lost moment in Cinderella is when her stepsisters rip up her dress that she worked so hard to make, and she thinks she's not going to be able to go to the ball. And then her magical fairy godmother shows up and magics her a new dress and a carriage and all that good stuff, and off she goes. So it's kind of like the moment that you think that you're not going to be able to ever make it to the finish line is kind of like this preemptive strike that is actually going to show you or get you to that finish line. I hope that makes sense. But that's what they're showing me. So within the next few weeks, there's going to be, I'm not saying it's going to be an all is lost moment. I think since you have the Star card here, you may have already gone through the all is lost moment. And I think you did it by choice. Like you probably walked away from something. You may have walked away from a job or a relationship, or like just a general dynamic of stress that you were dealing with. And yeah, again, they're giving me the example of like choosing to walk away from a particular thing or person or addiction. And food could be part of that as well. And I feel like you're getting control of yourself. You're gaining control of those inner compulsions, or those inner, that's the best word that I can use to describe it, compulsions or compulsory actions. And then as a result of that, it's like you're getting help from somebody. Helpful people came out. You've got the Magician. I was getting that enchantress energy, or the fairy godmother. So I feel like there's going to be a helpful person who comes in within the next few weeks and gives you some kind of information, resources, or direction that helps to put you on that within the sight line, because you're already on the path to the finish line, but like within the sight line of finally being able to see the outcome of this and the long-term benefits. That's what I'm seeing, group number 1. Okay, so I think that's everything, group 1. This reading has been very heartening. I hope that it was for you. You know, I always feel connected to the groups when I'm doing the reading, and I think a part of me is within each of these groups in every reading I do. So I definitely am here with you, and I feel what you're feeling if this resonated, but have hope, or have that inner fortitude to keep going, because within the next few weeks there's a major positive catalyst that's going to come in and help you out, especially if things feel like they're getting worse. It's like there's going to be something that really kind of pulls you out of that, which is great. And then in the near future, spring, summer, and then by next winter, there's going to be a lot of progress and abundance. I'm seeing you be able to like relax and take a deep breath and go, okay, it was worth it because now I have all of this. Yeah. So one step at a time with Temperance, just one step at a time. All right, guys, I hope this reading was helpful. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. If you guys are interested in becoming a member here on the channel, you can get additional ad-free content, monthly live streams with me where you can ask personal questions and I'll pull cards for you live on camera. Or if you guys are interested in reading tarot for yourself, we do have Tarot 201 happening at the end of January. So there's still time to sign up for that. If you guys are interested in understanding how to read cards together and like actually put the messages together from one card to the next, how to intuitively read, how to read reversals, things like that. That's what we're going to be covering in the 3-hour live class, webinar style, workshop style session. Okay, so the link to sign up is in the description box below. And if you guys want something even more intensive, I'm doing Unlocking the Magic Within, a 6-month course in February for weekly sessions live on Zoom to help you guys to expand your psychic abilities, become more intuitive, trust and speak with your spirit guides, your higher self, your team of light, being able to do psychic spiritual healing for yourself and others, being able to do readings for yourself and others, being able to just live a more spiritually aligned life. So if that's sounds good to you and you resonate with me as a mentor or a teacher, then check out the links below as well. You can sign up now and reserve your spot. I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the level up image. So I feel like the final moment where you guys are going to be seeing some kind of breakthrough or progress is through some phase of level up in your life. Now, what is that going to look like? When may that be? I think we're going to get some information today. So, we have some cards. King of Summer, honorable, devoted, mature, warm-hearted, a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. All right. 7 of Autumn, have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps, a prudent investment of time or energy. 6 of Spring, wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. Okay. Let's keep going. Because I'm feeling a little distracted in your reading group number 2. I'm not sure why. Like, I was fine in group 1, and now all of a sudden I'm just feeling distracted. So that could be something that's going on in your energy. Got the 4 of Summer, being distracted. No freaking way. You guys, you see the magic? Okay, so it says being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. Yeah, I was getting that distracted energy and I felt called to say it. So yeah, there it is. Okay, so there's something that you've been distracted from and you haven't been seeing the success. It's like you've been bored waiting for something. You've had to have patience. Something's been taking a while, but it's like you've been begging the universe for it. That's what I just saw. You've been begging the universe for this. You've been wanting to level up in some way for sure. The Chariot. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. Well, both the 6 of Spring and the Chariot talk about being in the spotlight, success, accomplishments. So it feels like there's been something you've been wanting to achieve here, but you may have gotten distracted or become unhappy with the circumstances you were in because something was taking a long time to come to fruition, or maybe someone was not paying attention to you. That could also be, that's a message I just got too. It's like maybe they have a lot going on. They're very popular and easily distracted and they forget about you and you're waiting around for them to contact you. I'm feeling like it's a person. I'm feeling that like this King of Summer, I mean, the court cards are people, they're characters, but they can also be parts of ourselves. But I'm feeling like this is someone else. Could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer person, or they could have those qualities or traits, or those could be yours. But I'm feeling like there's something about this person that you really, like, you romanticize them a lot, you idolize them in some way. Maybe you really have kind of put them on a pedestal. Yeah, you've put them on a pedestal. Look at that person on a plinth. I just noticed that as well. And this person like being, please pay attention to me, please, please. So either you've been distracted or this other person has been distracted and the relationship has not been able to level up. If this is career, then it's like you've lacked the discipline to maintain the steady progress that you were hoping for, maybe because your emotions were pulling you in a different direction, and the progress that you were trying to make while you were waiting, it's like you got distracted by something else. Two of Autumn, bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an excellent talent for multitasking. Okay, so I mean, I think that that's actually a good thing, right? If you can multitask well, I think that will be very good for this situation, because then you will not get so bored and you can use that distraction to your benefit. So it's like you can shift gears really quickly between different things and manage to accomplish multiple tasks. However, the downside of that is that you may not be seeing something here, right? It's like you're distracted and failing to see an opportunity. Okay, I just had to clear my throat there. So this could be something to do with communication, an opportunity in communication you're not seeing yet. They want me to keep going with this deck. I was going to move to the others that I have set aside, but Seven of Spring, be assertive, don't back down for what you believe, courageously standing up for yourself. I feel like this is to do with discipline. I feel like this is to I just heard shooting your shot, and they showed me her with the bow and arrow here as well. Like if you've been waiting around for someone and you haven't really been taking action toward them, I think this is going to be about you just going for it and seeing if they're receptive, and if not, then move on. This could also be about self-discipline. The arrow is really like focus and balance and determination and aiming and being able to hold that, and the strength that it requires, and the stability and the, perceptivity. So like this feels like a goal. And if your goal has been success, well, it's going to come through dedication and discipline. That's what the Chariot's literally talking about here. And it's these smart choices that are going to bring the rewards. But you really have to create the right balance to be able to make that happen. So if, let's say, for example, this is career. This can be multiple areas, right? We do see you juggling multiple things here. So this could be like multiple areas of your life. But it's kind of like you're going to be leveling up when you can maintain your focus, when you can maintain that discipline or the attention to what you are doing. Because I think that your emotions may have kind of been getting in the way here. It's like you're very passionate, but that can make you easily distracted, group number 2. No judgment from me. I got ADHD. This is just my life. But like, I think that there's a way. There, like where there's a will, there's a way. Strength. It's literally strength talking about will. As I was saying that. Okay, so the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. Yeah, I think having the strength to be able to overcome whatever this is going to be very helpful for you, group number 2. And that's going to help you level up. The Hermit. They just said go it alone or monk mode. So if you're really dedicated to something, sometimes you have to shut out everything else. Sometimes that's actually the right thing to do. Because if you know that you are easily distracted, or you know that you are a little bit impulsive, or you're pulled in different directions magnetically by what you feel, then you kind of need to account for that and make wise investments of your time, your money, your energy into things that are going to create the outcomes that you want. The way you're going to do that is by cutting out any distractions. Like they're showing me the extreme example is like canceling all of your subscriptions to streaming services and getting one of those lock boxes for your phone and texting all your friends and family, letting them know that you're going to be like MIA for a month or so. Like this is like intense what they're talking about here. It's almost like going on a spiritual retreat to work on what it is that you're wanting to work on, because life can become so distracting. And so emotionally, they keep showing me your emotions pulling you in different directions, and it's making it harder for you to focus. It's making it harder for you to multitask. So I think that you'll be able to get a lot more done if you just shut out the outside world temporarily and have the strength to create this inner discipline, because it's going to help you to overcome some things and seriously level up. So like if something that would take you normally a year will take you 3 to 6 months to complete, because you go full monk mode. If you're not familiar with monk mode, you can look it up. There's lots of videos on YouTube talking about it, but it's basically like making a temporary sacrifice and getting very, very like bare minimum with everything so that you can pour all of your energy and focus into that goal that you're trying to achieve. The Lovers. I knew this card was going to come out because when I was pre-shuffling, I saw it twice, and the Two of Cups was there as well. So I do feel like this has something to do with relationships. Maybe you just need to take a step away from relationships if they're distracting you from your goals in life. Maybe you've been pulled in directions of wanting someone who wasn't paying attention to you or who was very distracted, and that has really kind of crippled your ability to focus on what you need in your life. It's like you're waiting around, but you're not doing anything while you're waiting because you're so emotionally sort of off balance. Judgment reversed. Yeah. I feel like this level up is going to come at a bit of a cost, group number 2. I'm not going to lie. It's here for you. The level up is possible for sure, and it's going to be amazing. But you are going to have to make some sacrifices. And this could be some things that you love. Like maybe it's a person, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's other things that you love, right? Like I was saying before, like food or your phone, or I mean, don't stop eating food. I just mean like... using food as a distraction, using your phone as a distraction, using relationships or love or friends or partying or watching TV or anything like that as a distraction. It's like you kind of need to, they just keep giving me that energy of monk mode. That's really the thing. If you want to get ahead, you got to go monk mode. You really got to focus on what you want, because that's how you're going to level up here. So it'll help you to get focused back on your passion again. Like if you want to learn to play an instrument, what do? You don't practice for like 10 minutes a day. If you want to get good fast and you want to level up, you play all day, or like 6-7 hours a day. Same thing as in like video games, okay? For my fellow gamers, if you want to level up at something, you sit there and you play for hours. I remember one time I played for 32 hours straight. Skyrim, just so addictive. But like, is that healthy? No. But did I level up? Yes, I did. I leveled up like a ton of times. So it's definitely possible if you just put in the like raw man hours, Meditation brings answers. And this could be a big part of it too, because monk mode is not necessarily sitting down and playing video games. It's like, it's actually getting very centered and very disciplined with what it is that you are doing and why, focusing that attention and practicing aiming that attention and having to like correct yourself a lot of the times. I'm seeing like, they're showing me the person holding the bow and arrow again. So it's like, if you're learning archery, you've got to learn how to hold your body, how to create core strength. You need those lower body muscles to stabilize your arms. You need to work up your arm strength. You need to learn to master aiming, focusing, releasing, correcting for airflow or whatever. So, like there's so many different factors to it. And I think that that's why they're recommending just going full monk mode and meditating until you get the clarity on what it is that you're doing, because it's like you've been really distracted, group number 2. That's what I'm seeing, and that's not helping you level up. Wait. I feel like you've been waiting for something. Have patience, don't worry. Getting distracted because you're waiting for something. It's like, if you're waiting for something, dedicate that time to something else. focus on what it is that you really value and what you want to create, because there's going to be success there. I feel these two. Okay. Like, I just see you being able to level up so fast if you are willing to just buckle down and have this inner strength. There's something better. Okay, this is going back to the message about the relationship. So if this is talking to you, it may not be for you, but if it is for you, then this is talking about there's somebody better. If you've been waiting and begging for someone who's not been paying attention to you, who's been distracted with other things, and you've been waiting around, don't bother. Go. Don't waste your time. Like, go do something else. Go focus on something that is actually going to get you your own personal results. Like, you don't need to be waiting around for someone else. That just sends a message to the universe that you're not worthy because you're sitting around waiting and begging. Like, don't do that. There's something much better, but you have to be willing to see it. Again, it's like there's this distraction that's been preventing you from seeing this opportunity, that there is something much better, but because you've been waiting around and not looking, it's been like hovering around you, but you haven't seen it. You have no need to worry. And they said that here as well. Don't worry. No need to worry. So, like, if you've been stressing out, if you've been worried because this whatever hasn't been coming in, they're saying don't worry about it. Just focus on your next steps. Focus on what you want to do with your time and energy and money. Focus on you making progress and leveling up. You got to believe in yourself here, though, group number 2. You got to believe that you can do this, because I feel like, okay, so I'll give you an example from my life. All right, this is personal for me. I have ADHD and a bunch of other things. Okay, but ADHD is like the one that really makes it hard for me to focus sometimes. And I get like discouraged, especially when I lose focus and it's hard to get back into it. Or when I start something and then I don't follow through, or when I say I'm going to do something and then because I said it, it creates resistance and I go into like paralyzing procrastination. These things are very detrimental to self-worth. Like, how I think about myself when I'm experiencing those things is not fun, and it makes it hard for me to believe that I can accomplish things. So it's kind of like what I have to do personally, knowing myself the way that my brain works, I do have to go monk mode sometimes. So like, I don't see people for months at a time. I don't talk to any friends for months at a time. I won't answer my texts or anything because I'm just focusing on one thing. Right now it's readings. Other times it's been school. Other times it's been whatever I was interested in at the time, whatever I'm passionate about or like I'm working towards as a goal. I know myself and I have to like completely shut out the world to get anything done, because if I get distracted, it spirals. So if you're that same way, it's like you can do this. You just need to get very clear on what it is that you are doing and not waiting around for other things or letting those things distract you. And even if you're not that way, group number 2, even if you're pretty disciplined and you have fairly good focus and you can follow through with things, I think that there's still just that very human nature impatience that comes up when we want something and it's not showing up right away. So what they want you to do is maintain your focus. Believe in yourself, not worry about it, understand that there's going to be opportunities, and if you can be aware by not being so distracted and pulled in different directions by what you're feeling, you're going to be able to see them and jump on those things and accomplish what you want. And you're going to feel very, very proud of yourself because you will be successful. You're going to feel very proud of yourself, and then you will believe even harder that you can do the tough things in life because you will have done it. You know? It's like anytime that I'm feeling discouraged because I'm feeling less than because I'm not able to do something that I've wanted to do or set my mind to, I look at the times in my life where I actually did accomplish something that was hard for me. And it is hard having a disability because that is what it is, but it doesn't have to stop you, you know? So if I can do it, you can do it. But yeah, believe in yourself. And you'll be able to achieve great things. Stay focused, okay? So group number 2, you're going to level up, okay? You're going to level up. You're climbing the ladder. You're moving on up. You are overcoming some things that were hard for you. There were distractions. You did have to multitask and juggle a lot of different things. You had to wait. You had to sit and wait, and then you probably got distracted, but it gave you the opportunity to understand, or it will give you the opportunity to understand what it is that's actually calling you forth here, like what you're actually working toward, and you will have the success that you've been desiring. You've just been cultivating this strength within you to keep your eye on the prize, to not give up, to keep believing in yourself, and to not back down when things got tough or challenging. It's like you just had to keep going. And if you do that, or if you've done that, you're going to see this manifesting for yourself. You're going to get the success. It's inevitable. It's like ominous positivity. It's too late. You can't stop it. The good things are coming. The success is around the corner. There's no way to get out of it. So that's really what I'm seeing for you, group number 2. This level up is imminent in the best possible way, especially when you can maintain your focus and really double down on that self-belief and eradicating any distractions, okay? You got this. I believe in you. I believe in us. Okay, so that's what I have for you today, group 2. I hope this reading helped. If you guys want to dive deeper on the channel, we have ad-free pick a card readings on the members side, as well as monthly live streams where members get to ask questions and I pull cards on camera and answer those questions from Spirit. So if you guys want personalized guidance, that's the way to do it. For only $10.99 Canadian a month, it's a screaming deal. And if you guys are interested in learning to read tarot for yourself or become more spiritually aligned and empowered and intuitive, I can help you with that too. I've got courses on tarot and also spiritual development and psychic awareness expansion. So if you guys are interested in seriously leveling up, I recommend those things because they will help you to be more focused and to do the things you want, because you will learn how to work with your own spiritual prowess. You will learn how to work and communicate with spirit more directly, and you'll be able to even do readings for yourself and others if you want. You could make it into a career if you really wanted to. Shit, I did. So check out the links below in the description box to my website. It's tarotandbeyond.com. I love you guys, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the good job star, so I feel like the universe is kind of giving you one of those gold stars. I loved those when I was a kid. It was like the only thing that would keep me on track, as if I was a good girl and I got a gold star on the calendar. Just one of those things, So I feel like there's something that the universe is kind of wanting to tell you here, that there is progress or you've done something right. Renewal, review the past and present so you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. Okay. And the Sun card, yay, plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. Oh, group number 3, this is looking very, very good. So there's a renewal and the sun is coming out again. The sun is shining on your life. You have clarity, you have prosperity, you have austerity, all the arities. You have the Queen of Summer, loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. I think taking care of yourself is going to be important here. I'm seeing a lot of fairies. I mean, this is the fairy tarot, but like I used this deck in the other 2 readings and didn't notice the fairies, and now they're jumping out at me. So I feel like this is something to do with childlike energy. Taking care of things could be part of that as well. Look, you have sunflowers in both these cards too. The sunflower reading on the synchronicities reading I did could have been important as well, or may have an additional message for you that just came to mind. But sunflowers can represent joy, happiness, growth. I just heard sunflower child. What does that mean? Sunflowers can also be related to neurodivergence. Like wearing a sunflower lanyard can identify you as ADHD or autistic. I don't have one, but I should probably get one. I don't really need it, but I feel like there's something to do with childhood here, because I did mention that in the beginning, and now I'm realizing that, yeah, I was mentioning like the only way that my parents could get me to pay attention as a kid was with gold stars. So I feel like you've been working with your inner child, or maybe you have children and you are like you're getting rewards for something that you've put a lot of effort into. The Chariot, yeah, success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments and being in the spotlight. The Sun can also talk about the spotlight. So it's like you're in a position of power or control, but in a good way here, because you're coming from a very nurturing, very loving, very innocent approach. I feel like you're very empathetic or empathic, group number 3. I'm getting that really strongly. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. It's like you are, I think, healing your inner child, returning to your innocence and your joy. And through that, there's an increased sense of self-discipline. This is leading to you being able to really show up as your authentic self, to express yourself, because I was seeing that with him writing on the scroll here in the renewal card. So I feel like you guys you're able to express yourself more authentically. You're growing rapidly. That's what sunflowers do. And you're going to see the outcome of that. The universe is giving you a big gold star. They just keep showing me that. You've been doing something right, group number 3. Queen of Winter, strong, patient, self-sufficient, and funny. Letting go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Unmarried or divorced individuals. You have 2 queens in your reading, and the Chariot is right in between them. So I feel like you guys have been really, I'm getting a lot of speed and movement, because there's a chariot, and he's riding this horse. The queens are telling me like this very nurturing energy has been gaining momentum. I just heard your family is growing. So some of you may be growing a family, or this could have been part of the focus. I was getting that childlike energy as well. But it doesn't have to be literal. The Magician, you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. Okay, we have success twice here. The Chariot, success that comes from dedication and discipline, and you can manifest what you need to be a success. So I think you have it within you, group number 3, and the universe is telling you, your spirit guides as well. They just said your spirit guides. I think that may be your family as well, like your spirit guides are part of your soul family. In that sense, 10 of Summer, that's the family card. An emotionally fulfilling life with family or friends, raising children wisely, and people you can trust. You've got people you can trust twice. Where's the other one? Insights you can trust. That's what it was. Yeah, so there's a lot about trust and family and children and innocence and success and growth here. That's really what I'm seeing. So if things have been challenging within family dynamics, or within your success, or with your inner child kind of rebelling against you, or having a hard time in some way, I feel like you are able to nurture them better, either the inner self, the inner child, or your literal children, and you're able to feel a lot more harmony, and a lot more trust within these relationship dynamics. Release, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities and time to move on. Time to move on. I was getting that from the renewal card, the reviewing of the past. Yeah. So I think by looking at the past, maybe I do keep feeling like it's your inner child that you're having a conversation with here, group number 3, and you are getting a gold star for being able to see something clearly and nurture that part of yourself. And by doing so, you're able to make these plans that work out very well, because you are getting your inner child, your inner innocence, and your playfulness on the same page with what it is that you want to be creating or doing and manifesting. I see you manifesting a lot. 10 of Winter, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. And this could be related to the emotional dependency as well. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Swords, 3 of Winter, reaching out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation, sadness that will heal with time. I feel like there could be sadness from the past that the inner child was contending with, and you are healing that. And I think it's through looking at the past and letting it go, releasing it, that you're forming better, healthier connections with yourself and others now. 8 of Cups, walking away. So I do feel like you've had to really get some closure on some stuff here. King of Swords, you've had to bring things into new light, is what I just heard, into new light, so that you could move on. I'm also seeing planning. Yeah, lots to do with planning. You have the Queen of Cups again. That's the same card here. So lots to do with emotional nurturing of yourself. the High Priestess. So this thing that's finally working out for you, group number 3, feels like it's to do with your ability to trust yourself. I feel like this is you being able to trust yourself. And it's through this process of finding your joy again and finding what works for you. It's like making it fun. Because that's why it worked for me with the discipline of the gold stars. I was a very willful child, easily distracted. I have ADHD, so it's like all over the place all the time, emotionally dysregulated, etc. And the only thing that would keep me motivated and keep me focused and on track was these freaking gold stars. For whatever reason, they were just shiny and I loved them and I wanted them. And there was something about like getting a whole week straight that was just so satisfying for me. It was the gamification that released dopamine, right? That's what helped and worked. And I feel like that could be something you're doing here as well. It's like finding something that brings you joy and a sense of satisfaction that helps you to not only heal and feel better about yourself, but also to see this progress happening and planning for that progress as well. Within the next few weeks, you got timing. Okay, so within the next few weeks, you could be seeing something shift here. This finally starting to make some headway. I did just get the message that you might be booking a trip within the next few weeks for one person here, maybe a few of you. But I got that message very clearly, booking a trip. It's like you might be looking, I just heard TripAdvisor, you might be looking on websites and then you finally book one within the next few weeks, or maybe you've already booked it and you're going on a trip. Yes, that's interesting. It could be a trip to reconnect with the joy that you once really had as a kid, something to nurture yourself, or it could be a family trip, something to help reconnect you all. Don't stop. Very clear, very clear. They do not want you to stop. They want you to go after what it is you want. I was seeing that with all of the movement cards, the chariot, and all these other things. So it does. It feels like, I'm just going to put it here, even though it technically goes with those cards, but I need one more here. I feel like there's going to be, momentum, recovery. Renewal, healing, recovery. Okay, so there could have been something emotionally that was from childhood that was very painful and was weighing heavy on your heart or on your mind, or both, right? I mean, it's both. And they don't want you to stop, because the more that you are able to address that and release it, the better you are going to feel, the more efficient you are going to be at manifesting, because those blocks are resistances within the subconscious mind. I did just get the pain body as well. The trauma within the pain body is going to be removed. And I think you may be doing some of this work psychically. Yeah. That could be why the trip is important, or why you're doing, maybe it's like an internal trip as well. It doesn't have to be like a literal physical one. Ask your angels. They want you to ask your angels. I think that's why I was getting psychic connection here. So looking at this intuitively or asking for guidance around this nurturing and healing is going to be helpful. Because this is going to help you. It's like you trusting someone outside of yourself to help support you is going to be really healing. And I think that you're the type of person who always gives to other people, group number 3. I just get that vibe. It's like you're very empathic, very compassionate. You hold a lot of that mother archetype, whether you're male or female. It's like you're very nurturing. And as a result, I think there can be a tendency when we have that archetype, or that deep sense of feeling and compassion within us, we can tend to neglect ourselves. You know, it's like the mother who feeds everyone else, and then by the time she gets to sit down and eat, there's either nothing left, or it's cold, or she's like not even hungry because she's just been working so hard. So I feel like this is your opportunity to take care of yourself. And that is what Spirit really wants you to do. And that's what's going to help give you this breakthrough, or this finally feeling like, okay, I can relax and I can just enjoy myself. Because that's what I'm seeing in your cards, is you're going to have this opportunity to just relax and enjoy yourself, because things are kind of moving on their own accord. Like, you don't have to do quite so much. Oh yeah, they just took me back to the message about travel, and they told me, like, The chariot here, it's like you could be going somewhere, because the chariot can represent physical travel as well. It could be a road trip. The chariot can be cars, vehicles. There's like a boat here too. Yeah, I just see movement and travel, and I feel like this is going to be something to do with your recovery. Maybe you're traveling back home to see family, or maybe you're just taking a little retreat or vacation for your own health. This could be something that you've been manifesting, and Spirit has kind of like dropped this in as an option for you, because it's like a reward for the dedication that you've had. That's what they just said. Yeah, they showed me the word success, and then they showed me dedication, and I heard reward. So, okay, yeah. And you're very intuitive. You're very intuitive, psychic. You're a healer, group number 3, for yourself and others. I see that really clearly. And I don't think that you give yourself enough time. I don't think that you give yourself enough care. So Spirit is saying, you know, like, you've been really dedicated, you've been doing a lot, you've been nurturing a lot of people, and now it's time to take care of yourself. So there's going to be some big happy changes here that are going to help you to recover, that are going to help your plans to work out perfectly, that are going to help you manifest and heal. And it's going to be a big renewal for you within the next few weeks. So that's good. That's fast in terms of manifesting. Yeah. Opportunity. I do feel like this is an opportunity to travel, to go somewhere, to just take some time for yourself, to reconnect to your inner child, maybe get out in nature if that's possible. I keep feeling like a retreat. Yeah, I keep feeling this energy of like releasing on a retreat, maybe going somewhere with your family. Yeah, I keep getting that vibe. Okay, so let me see what else. Yeah, I just keep getting that message of the universe and Spirit want to reward you for the hard work that you've put in. So group 3, like, that's really the main message, is that you've been doing a lot here. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of emotional healing, psychological development, spiritual healing. You've been balancing your mind and your heart, they just told me as well, which is a big part of doing spiritual healing and alignment. So you've been really dedicated to this. You've been giving it your all. And within the last few weeks, specifically, they just gave me that message too. Within the last few weeks, you've been going really hard, and you've been like tested, and you've been giving a lot of yourself. So they are giving you this opportunity to help you to recover, and they just don't want you to stop right now, because once you hit that point in the next few weeks, you will be able to like let everything kind of fall away all at once. And it's like everything that you were carrying, you can just put it down for a second and have a time to just like take a deep breath and relax your shoulders and relax your jaw and chill out for a bit. Because I think you're like, the vibe I'm getting from you, group 3, is that you're just go all the time. You're on all the time. And it comes from the heart, you know, it's because you care. But I think that you need to care just as much about yourself, and you deserve to care just as much about yourself. So Spirit is like, boom, manifested. Here's a vacation, here's a trip, here's a little retreat, here's a reward of whatever form or shape it takes. Could even be a car. I just got that message. Could be a car, but it could be something in a car. You could be driving to the ocean. For others of you who are not near the ocean, you could be driving to the desert. It just feels like a little personal retreat. And like, it's very healing for you. Your angels are with you like so strongly. They just gave me that message again. Your angels are protecting you. Your angels are all around you, group number 3. They said talk to them more. Like, they did literally say ask your angels. So they said talk to the angels more, because you're very intuitive, very psychic. And the angels, your guides, your spirit team, they're trying to work with you. Especially around your fertility. They just showed me the rabbit here in this card, the little bunny in the corner. It's fertility, right? So there's something about luck and fertility. I'm getting Easter, like Ostara. That's not within the few weeks, is it? No, I don't think so. Easter's in like April. Or is it in March? I can't remember. Yeah, there's something about fertility, and we were getting that earlier on as well. like with family stuff and children. Yeah, I just feel like more playfulness. I think this is going to be a vacation group number 3. I think you're going to have the time to be able to take some recovery for yourself and just do what you need, balancing some stuff out, letting go, feeling supported, moving forward, progressing, healing, manifesting, creating big, happy, positive changes for yourself and your loved ones. Yeah, that's really what I'm seeing here for you, group number 3. So that's I think the reading, reviewing your past and doing some maybe even like Akashic or psychic healing is recommended within the next few weeks. That's going to help you to recover some of these things within yourself. And it's like, it's solidifying something that you've been working on, manifesting and releasing anything that was blocking it. So I think there's going to be some really positive stuff that you're seeing, and you're finally going to really be seeing that come to fruition for you. So I'm sending you all of the love and luck and blessings to do this. And if you guys need help in doing any of this psychic expansion or spiritual healing, on the member side of the channel, we have additional members only pick a card readings. They're ad free and they are more deep dive into those spiritual esoteric topics. Members also get monthly live streams with me where you can ask personal questions and I pull cards for you on camera. And also, if you guys are looking to develop your psychic abilities, like maybe you are understanding that you are an empath or that you have this intuitive ability, but you haven't learned to work with it yet, I can teach you how to do that as well. So either through learning to read the tarot as sort of a gateway into intuitive development, or through my Unlocking the Magic Within course, which is a much more intensive 6-month deep dive support network to help you to really, really expand your psychic awareness. So we're going to be deep diving into all of the do's and don'ts of spiritual healing, shadow work, psychic expansion, chakras, how to work with and enhance your psychic awareness, your third eye, your clairs in general, what those are for you as an individual. We're really going to make it very personalized, but do it in a group setting. So if you guys are interested, check out Unlocking the Magic Within. Signups are open now for February 2024. That's when the course starts. So jump in, get your spot, and level up your spiritual self. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.